Hey guys, Coach Jen T here. So we are just gonna go over some of my favorite items in our household right now. I try to every once in a while do some sort of thing where I show you some items that are better choices or things that you can incorporate in your own kitchen to try to stay on track, get your protein, make better options, better choices. So we're gonna go over it quickly. A lot of it might be on repeat. I do tend to kind of like buy the same items. That's a thing when you guys get into grocery shopping. It helps a lot to have those staple items that you get every week and maybe the staple meals that really work for you. You can always make things a little more exciting and toss new things in, which I love to do. I love to add new things. But having those staple items, having the staple menu will really take the thinking out of staying on track and having the things that you need on hand to make better choices. So again, nothing here is perfect. We might have a few things that aren't considered to be whole and minimally processed, but we're always going for just better on the scale. We never label foods in my coaching program as good or bad. We're always just going for better, okay? So we're gonna start with the egg mates. These are just liquid egg mates. So one thing to note about eggs is the fat content and cholesterol is in the yolk. I am not telling you that the yolk is bad because there are many health benefits of having whole eggs. But if you are tracking your intake and trying to reduce your fat intake, let's say you really enjoy to have like a slice of bacon in the morning or two with breakfast or sausage or something else that has higher fat content, swapping out some whole eggs for egg whites can really help you reduce the fat content of just simply the eggs, but still get the protein from the egg white. That being said, if you don't like egg whites because they're boring, these egg mates are literally just like mostly egg white, but they have something in it to make them more yellow. So the ingredients are egg whites and then less percent of like natural flavors and colors to make it kind of give it more of a thicker texture as if it were whole eggs. And for a serving, it's 5 grams of protein. There is no fat, there are no carbs. And you can just dump this right into a sprayed pan and you can make yourself an omelet or whatever it might be. But it's yellow instead of white, which sometimes mentally can help people feel like they're getting more texture out of their eggs. And you can still add cheese if you like to get your fat from cheese. But it's just a good way to get your protein. Typically, you need more than one serving. If a serving is 5 grams, you'd want to probably quadruple that to get about 20 grams of protein in your breakfast. The next thing, I've shared this in a video, but this is kind of these Laughing Cow cream spreadable cheese wedges are just a great cream cheese substitute. This flavor is the creamy aged white cheddar, but they also have one that's like garlic and herb, and then they have a plain one. I don't think this is open. Yes, it is. So they come in little wedges like this, and they're very soft, so they're kind of like cream cheese. And we like to put these on our Bays frozen, or we freeze them, but we like to put them on our toasted English muffins, Bays English muffins, in the sourdough, and then we sprinkle it with some everything bagel seasoning, and it just is so good. But that's just a good thing you can use as a cream cheese substitute. One other thing I really love, super macro friendly if you're tracking your food and trying to reduce your fat from bacon. This is the Uncured chicken bacon by Alfresco. Again, I didn't mention this, but I did all of my shopping at Walmart for this stuff. And 2 slices is only 35 calories. And only 2 grams of fat, 1 carb, and then 6 grams of protein. And what I love about it is it's super quick and easy. They come in a package that looks like this, already cooked. And you just take a couple slices out, put them on a paper towel, and microwave them for only about 40 seconds. And then your bacon's done, and it comes out more crispy than any turkey bacon I've ever had. And it's way less fat and calories than regular bacon. Don't get me wrong, I love regular bacon. I do have it often, but this is just a great way. You can toss this in a breakfast sandwich with your cheese wedge and your English muffin and have a nice protein-packed breakfast sandwich with eggs. Well on your way to just making things easier for yourself and a little bit more healthy than stopping at Dunkin' Donuts and getting a bagel with lots more fat and calories from your bacon and your sausage. Another staple in the house, you guys, I go through a lot of this myself personally. This is artificially sweetened. It is a sugar-free barbecue sauce, but if you haven't tried any of the G. Hughes brand, I just really like it. It's sweet because it does have some artificial sweetener. So again, it's not perfect, but condiments really can add up when you think about the carbs, the sodium, the added sugars from things like ketchup, things like barbecue sauce, things like salad dressings. So this one for me is just a staple to dip like my meat in, or sometimes I'll drizzle it over like my roasted vegetables. Really good, you guys. 2 tablespoons is 10 calories and only 2 grams of carbs. So it's just a nice, they have a bunch of different flavors. This one is hickory. They have a whole bunch of different ones. It's fun to play around with different flavors when you're making meals. If you're looking for protein, you guys, some cottage cheese, you can't go wrong. I had a friend send me a link of an idea from some page she follows where one reason why people don't like cottage cheese sometimes, even though it's super protein packed and rich, if you can tolerate dairy, they don't like the texture of the actual curds. So if you actually take like an immersion blender, you can actually whip it up so that it doesn't have that texture, and you can use it just like you would like a protein packed sour cream or Greek yogurt substitution. Greek yogurt's also great, but I just thought I would share that. I like cottage cheese plain. You can do whatever you want with it, but you guys, it just really can help you increase your protein super on the go. Again, if you can tolerate dairy. Next we have unsweetened almond milk. I share this all the time. It's a staple for us. Almond milk is very low calorie if you get it unsweetened. It doesn't really have any protein, but it's just a great thing to use for like, you know, coffee creamers to keep your fat content down. That's basically what I use it for, but anything that calls for milk, you can use almond milk, which is also great if you can't have dairy. So that's another staple in our household. 2 things that are very next to no calories, but packed with lots of flavor are banana peppers, which I love to top on salad. You can also put them in wraps. They just add a lot of flavor, spice, that kind of thing. Love banana peppers, and I buy them in the rings, and they just are delicious. And then my favorite kind of dill pickle is the Clausen brand. You guys, these are so good. These are the sandwich slices already cut. You can buy them in different versions, but the Clausen, for some reason, the Clausen brand is my favorite dill pickle from a store. And then this is obviously almost gone. We use this a lot, but it's the peach pineapple chipotle salsa. You can put it on scrambled eggs for flavor. You can put it on top of your salad and your tacos, on your taco salad. Really good. I love the sweetness of the pineapple in the salsa. And again, if you're tracking your intake in my program, this is 2 tablespoons is only 15 calories and very low carb, so no fat at all. So it's just a good way to get some flavor. Another one is the PB2. If you guys haven't tried this, it's powdered peanut butter. So if you like peanut butter flavor, this is really good to cut back. 2 tablespoons is only 60 calories. I love peanut butter too. I have the regular version all the time, but this is just a nice lower calorie version that only has 5 grams of carbs, only 1.5 grams of fat, and 6 grams of protein, and 2 tablespoons, which is a lot less calorie density than regular peanut butter and fat density, but you can mix this in your pancake mixes, you can put it in your oatmeal, you can actually make peanut butter with it by mixing it with water, but it's also very good if you can toss it in like a chocolate flavored smoothie for the peanut butter flavor. So that's another one. If you like chocolate, you guys, the Ghirardelli Intense Dark Chocolate is good. I don't know what it is, but I love bitter flavors. I don't know, it's just good. And this is like a more bitter chocolate, but if you love chocolate, it's a great way to curb the craving, is having a square of dark chocolate, which can help you get through the holiday season and you can still enjoy those treats. And then another thing we have here is the Chomps Chompling. It's grass-fed beef. And these are the mini ones. It's a great snack for not only adults, but also kids. 4 grams of protein in 1 stick. You can get the regular size too, but it's kind of like a Slim Jim, but a little tiny bit better for you. So there's that. I was gonna look, yeah, so the ingredients are grass-fed beef, water, sea salt, and then some things obviously to keep it fresh. But another little protein snack, if you want to throw these in a kid's lunchbox, they're good. You can also get the full-size version for more protein for yourself if you wanted to. Another, speaking of kids snacks, these Power Crunch Kids high protein snacks are pretty good, you guys. They come in a bar. My daughter loves them. This is the s'mores flavor. I feel like we always send our kids with the carby snacks, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't really hold them over. My daughter loves to eat as much as I do, so having something with a little more protein can really keep them full. And this is just crunchy, tastes like a candy bar. And they have Power Crunch adult ones too. I think this one maybe just is smaller. It's 11 grams of protein. It does have added sugars. There's 5 grams of sugar though. So when you compare it to something like a candy bar or a granola bar, you're gonna get far less sugar, and they come in different flavors. They have a birthday cake flavor. This is the s'mores, like I said. I think they have a peanut butter one. Really good for kids to toss in the lunch bag. And then last but not least, if you haven't tried Lily's brand anything, again, a little bit of artificial sweetener, but the way I look at it, you guys, is you wanna make your treats worth it. So go for the very calorie dense, enjoy those homemade brownies and whatever's worth it to you. But when you're trying to like stay on track and remain within your budget for whatever you're trying to maintain in my coaching program, things like this can really help you stay on track. They're still sweet, and I love the Lily's baking chips. Actually sprinkled on top of my oatmeal. A little goes a long way. You don't need many of them. About 26 chips or 14 grams in weight is 55 calories, and there's some fat, it's lower carb, and it just has less added sugar. But again, you can go for the regular chocolate chips too. They just have a whole bunch of different flavors. This is a salted caramel. We also love the milk chocolate, and they have a butterscotch one too if you like butterscotch. Just really good. Adding some on top of, you know, your Greek yogurt, or sprinkling in your pancakes or on your oatmeal, that kind of thing can just give you that feeling like you're actually enjoying some chocolate sweet treats, sprinkling them into your day. Delicious. That's all I have for you guys. I just kind of ran through my cupboards and my fridge and just picked out a few things that I tend to enjoy that are a little tiny bit better, and also just giving tips to the people that are in my coaching program. I hope you guys have a good day.